Hello, I'm Noah Fick, and I'm thrilled to be applying for the Gateway KSA program. A little bit about me: I'm a teacher based in Monterey, California, and I've recently completed my master's in curriculum and instruction from Western Governors University. Over the years, I've taught in countries like China and Myanmar, and each of these experiences has profoundly shaped me, not just as a teacher, but as a human being. I've always believed that the best way to understand the world is by experiencing its cultures firsthand, and that's exactly why Saudi Arabia is next on my list. I see this as an opportunity to dive deep into one of the most historically rich, culturally vibrant, and rapidly transforming countries in the world. I can't think of a better place to explore, learn, and grow than Saudi Arabia right now. Saudi Arabia stands out as a country at the crossroads of tradition and future thinking. In the US, particularly in California, we're constantly surrounded by fast paced innovation and individualism, but Saudi Arabia has a different pace, a deep rooted connection to its rich heritage that I truly admire. The way Saudi culture intertwines with family, community, and religion at its core is something I'm eager to experience firsthand. Additionally, the landscape is strikingly different. While I'm used to the California coastline, Saudi's vast deserts and incredible rock formations and ancient cities carry historical weight and beauty that I can't wait to explore. Lastly, the transformation underway with Vision 2030. I'm fascinated by how Saudi Arabia is embracing modernization while staying true to its cultural identity. That balance between preserving history and building a bold future is something you rarely see on a scale this large. If I had a concern, it would probably be that I fully understand and respect Saudi Arabia's deep cultural traditions. As an outsider, I know it's important to listen and learn rather than assume. And I want to make sure that I'm always showing the utmost respect to the customs and social norms that define life in Saudi Arabia. But this isn't so much a worry as is an exciting challenge, one I'm ready to embrace full heartedly. Every time I've lived or worked abroad, from China to Myanmar, there's been a learning curve, and I expect this to be no different, except that it will be even more rewarding. I'm incredibly excited to immerse myself in Saudi life, but if I had to pick one thing, it would probably be the human connections I hope to make. I've read and heard so much about Saudi hospitality, how guests are treated like family, and I'm eager to experience the warmth for myself. I'm also looking forward to experiencing Saudi Arabia's incredible history, walking through beautiful streets and visiting beautiful ancient cities and seeing places that I've only seen in pictures and feeling like I'm stepping back in time. But equally fascinating to me is Saudia's forward momentum, how cities like Neom are reimagining what the future could look like. It's that contrast, old and new, tradition and innovation, that really excites me. I want to experience how the duality shapes daily life for people in Saudi Arabia. If I had to think of 5 words to describe Saudi Arabia, it would be heritage, vision, hospitality, transformation, and resilience. As someone deeply invested in education, I'm particularly interested in how Saudi Arabia is revamping its education system in line with Vision 2030. How is Saudi Arabia preparing for its next generation to navigate a world driven by technology and innovation, while also maintaining strong ties to its cultural religious roots? I'd love to learn more about how the younger generation sees their role in the shaping of the country and its future and what drives their aspirations. I'm also really fascinated by Saudia's growing focus on sustainability and renewable energy, especially projects like NEOM, which are groundbreaking in terms of environmental consciousness and urban planning. It's not just about what's happening now, but the vision of where Saudi Arabia is heading in the next decade that really excites me. In about 5 to 10 years, I see myself continuing to build bridges between education and cultural exchange. I've always been driven by the belief that education is one of the most powerful tools we have to foster understanding between different cultures. I want to be in a leadership role where I'm not only teaching but also developing educational initiatives that promote global citizenship, connecting students from different corners of the world. Whether it's through creating international partnerships or using the insights I gain from my time in Saudi Arabia, I want to help shape a future where young people are equipped to think globally, Ideally, I'd love to continue collaborating with international organizations, and Saudi Arabia could be very well a part of that journey. I'm applying to the Gateway KSA program because I believe there's no better time to engage with Saudi Arabia than right now. The country is at a pivotal point in history, blending its proud heritage with the ambitious vision for the future. I'm fascinated by the way that Saudi Arabia is positioning itself as a global leader in areas like renewable energy, tourism, and technology, all while maintaining its cultural authenticity. For me, this program isn't just about visiting a new place. It's about being a part of a country's transformation and learning from it in ways that I can carry forward into my own work as a teacher. I want to experience the real Saudi Arabia, not just what's shown on the media, but the people, the stories, their hopes, and the challenges they're overcoming as they build this future. Having lived and worked in different countries, I bring a global perspective, an open mind. My experience teaching in international schools has taught me the value of adaptability and the importance of understanding the cultural context behind every interaction. I've learned to listen before I speak and observe before I act, skills I believe are essential when entering a new environment like Saudi Arabia. I'm also incredibly passionate about storytelling, and I plan to share the stories I gather in Saudi Arabia with my community back home. Whether it's through education, social media, or conversations, I want to break down the barriers that help others understand the richness of Saudi culture and the dynamic changes it's undergoing. After the program, I plan to integrate everything I've learned into my teaching and community work. I believe storytelling is one of the most powerful ways to build empathy and understanding, and I want to share Saudi Arabia's transformation with my students and peers. Whether through the classroom lessons or presentations, I'll encourage others to see Saudi Arabia not as just a place of oil and deserts, but as a nation of innovators, thinkers, and deeply rooted traditions. I hope to continue collaborating with the contacts I make during this program and find ways to build long term connections between our communities. This experience will become a part of the fabric of my personal and professional identity, influencing how I teach and how I think about the world. Thank you for considering my application. I'm incredibly excited about the possibility of being part of the Gateway KSA program and experiencing the incredible energy of Saudi Arabia firsthand. I can't wait to see how this journey will shape my perspective and inspire me to carry the experience forward into every aspect of my life and work. Thank you very much.